Okay, so it's the time we have all been waiting for. How and can you take these gray pieces off of the Hummer EV SUV? And is it difficult? Is it easy? How long does it take? What do you have to do? Can you also take off the skid plate? A lot of people are asking the question, and I figured I would try. I've seen a few people do it, so obviously you can. To do that, you first move the tow hook up, okay? It just makes it a little easier. And then underneath, you will see screws. So there's a screw here and a little rivet area here, okay? To take off both the left and right side, there's just one screw here that you have to take off. To take off the license plate one, you have to take off two screws. So this screw here and this screw here, okay? The size of the ratchet that you need is 9/32. And that worked really well. So to remove the screw, pretty straightforward, right? If you're worried about removing the screw, I would say do not try this at home, probably. Doing this with one hand while I hold the camera. I'll put it on the tripod after I'm done. And in order to take off the skid plate, you do have to remove the gray pieces first before you can, and I'll show you why after I take this apart. So now that you have that one screw out, what you do is you'll pull from the bottom first, okay? And what that does is it dislodges the pin here, okay? So you just pull it out a little bit, and you can see that already came out, okay? And now I'm just gonna pause it and put it on the tripod, and I'll be right back. So what I purchased on Amazon, just this trim removal tool set. You really don't need it, but I did anyways, just to be on the safe side. You could use probably like a knife or a really tiny screwdriver, but it just made it really easy with the trim removal set. The tool piece that I did select in the trim removal set is this one here. So it kind of has notches on the actual pin itself. That I found just helps push the pins down when we're going to go inside and remove the actual pins. There's 3 areas on the top. So there's a pin here, a pin here, and a pin here, okay? And then there's 2 on this side here that you also have to remove, and you can see where those section pins are. There's like a little area here that you can see a gap with. There's that one, and then the top ones that you have to get into, if you hold down, you can see it. So when you actually put the tool in, you can see where those are, okay? And you just push in and it will pop out. So what I do is typically I started from this side here, okay, because that was the side that really kind of carried over, and in the bottom here is where I started first. This one is definitely on tighter than the other ones. Let me just readjust myself here. See here. Okay, so I can see the pin. I'm going to push the tool in because that brings the pin down. Okay, there you go. So that has now popped out. Okay, you can see that little pin there. We're gonna go to the next one. Okay, there we go. That popped out now finally. And you can see that pin has popped out, the top pin, and then there's just one more pin. And you want to be careful with these ones up top because they are next to the clad of the actual truck itself. So you want to be a little more careful here because it's also by the sensor. This one is in there. It is stuckaroo. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera over here. Can you guys still see that? Yeah, you should be fine. There we go. There we go. There, it was just stuck. So on the actual piece itself, right, you've got 3 tabs, okay? And those are the tabs that you have to basically put your tool into to push down and then slide out. This guy was a little stuck. Yeah, you can see maybe they had to force it in at GM, at the assembly facility, but that is it. So these 3 tabs are the most important piece. These 2 side tabs are very important because you have to take those off from the side as well. And then that is that screw hole that we first took out. So that is how to remove the gray sections of the bumper area. So with that removed, you can see now you've got some easier access, but you'll see this screw here, and it's a Torx head. That Torx head is holding the bash guard, right? The skid guard, the skid plate. So you do have to take those gray pieces off in order to get access to the skid plate. I'm going to be taking the skid plate off and also getting it painted. I'm not going to do that today just because it's wet and I haven't set up the time to take it in for powder coating, but you do have to take these gray pieces off in order to get to the full disassembly of the skid plate. And that is it. That is then how you do it. And then you can see what it looks like with black. Truck's a little bit dirty now because I just took it out while it was raining. And that's it. Thanks, guys.